Hey guys, Matt. I'm gonna be trying to post on Tuesdays. I know I didn't post last week. I had school and family and Thanksgiving and stuff. I had a friend stay over all Thanksgiving break, so I didn't have any time alone to make a video, and I'm sorry. But I am posting this week, and this week's topic is dating. Dating is not as difficult as you think. Honestly, I think not the hardest part, one of the most difficult parts about dating as transgender um, is your partner okay with it? Or is your potential partner okay with it? So, you're in the talking stage, right? If you're in that talking stage, I feel like you should have already talked about it with your partner or potential partner, whatever you want to call them. I feel like you should have already talked to them about it. And honestly, you have to be honest with them. You have to be very upfront with them, tell them what it is, make sure that they know they can ask questions. Make sure they know they can ask any questions they want to. Um, that's very important. The question process for them is very important because, especially if they have never encountered a transgender before, um, they need to know what you're going through. They need to know what it is, um, just stuff like that. I've had to explain to girls like what every little part of being who I am is. Uh, every little detail I've had to explain to them, and that can be frustrating, especially if they don't ask questions or if they think that they're going to offend you if they do. Um, Personally, I'm never offended if someone asks a question ever. It doesn't matter what the question is. I don't ever rule out questions because every question is important. There's a reason that they asked that question. They obviously want to know, so you should be able to answer them and give them a straight up answer. Make sure that they know they can ask any question. Um, what else? Honesty is important. Yes. Setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is important for me. Um, it just is. I don't. If I'm having a bad day, dysphoric day, not liking my body, I need to tell them, and I do. I'll tell them, be like, hey, I'm feeling very dysphoric today. I don't know, just be kind. It's basically what I say, be kind. Um, and they are. You know, I used to think when I first came out as transgender, um, I was talking to a couple girls. That sounds horrible. Um, but I was. That's for a different time. Maybe I'll talk about it later in the video. But I was talking to a couple girls and came out as transgender, and a couple of those girls were straight. They came out as transgender, and they immediately caught on to it and were like, Matt, male pronouns. He's a guy. He has a dick. Like that was what they did, and that was really really cool. And then there's some people that a little bit slow on that train, but they picked it up eventually, And I used to think when I first came out that I would have to find a lesbian or someone who identifies pansexual, someone who identifies as bisexual, or something like that. I thought I would have to find someone like that because there's no way that a straight girl would be okay with it. And I was so wrong, and I just very recently discovered how wrong I was. Um, people are noodles. They are straight until they get wet. That's just how it is. That's the best way that I can describe that. Um, and my mind is so blown. Um, I I recently met a straight girl on Tumblr, and it was about a month ago, and we've been talking nonstop ever since, Skyping, all that stuff. And on my blog, I have an About Me section that says that I am FTM. She had read that, and I don't know, we hadn't ever talked about it before. We've been talking for about a month. We had never talked about it until last night. last night we started talking about it, and I was so scared because up to that point, I was thinking, you know what, I don't know if I don't know if she's okay with it. I don't know, because I've had girls who I've messed around with, and they don't want to know. They just want to know that I'm a guy, and they don't want to talk about anything else. That's it, you know. Just for their own. I don't know. I don't know why they do it, but they do. And I was really scared. I was like, you know, I don't think I can have a relationship with her, which was frustrating and stressful because I really like her. But we talked about it last night, and she was like, that's fine. She's like, I like you for so many more reasons that you not having a dick is okay. She said, that's fine. I overlooked that completely. Like, I don't even care about that. And she was like, if you need anything, if you need a new binder, if you need a packer, anything you want. And she reminded me several times last night to never sleep in my binder. And I admit that I do sometimes, just because I either fall asleep or I'm too tired to take it off. So I know it's a shitty excuse. But let's be real, it takes a while to get a binder on and off. But yeah, I mean, last night we spent almost all night talking about it. She was asking questions. I was telling her things, explaining, and she was asking so many questions, and so many really good questions. And, you know, absolutely nothing has changed since we talked about it. Like, nothing has changed. And that's a really great thing. Very happy for that. Back to me talking to several girls. This was last year. And I was talking to a couple different girls, and then I got into a committed relationship, and then we broke up, and then I decided that I don't want to mess around. I don't want hoes. I don't want to mess around with anybody. I want a serious relationship, and that's that. But dating as a transgender is not hard. It's not as difficult as you think it is. Just be honest, be upfront, and own it. Honestly, own it. Yeah, you do have to set boundaries though. If you're, I don't know, if whoever you're with touches you a place that doesn't make you okay, or makes a comment or anything, like, come on, you gotta tell them, because you can't. I already know. I live with dysphoria every day of my life. That if someone says something about me having boobs or something, it kills me inside. It honestly does. And I'll tell them, be like, you can't say that. I don't have boobs. Okay, you can't say that. It's what you gotta do. Own up to it. Be honest. Be upfront. I have no idea if this video is helpful at all. It's just kind of me talking about shit and a girl that I like. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll try to be posting on Tuesdays. Yeah, I hope you learned something from this. If you take nothing else away from this, take away the fact that people are noodles. Okay? Alright, bye.